Welcome to IELTS Time. Today we're tackling a popular cue card. Describe a time when you felt embarrassed. You should say when it happened, who you were with, what happened, and how you coped afterwards. To help you get a feel for how to answer this cue card naturally and effectively, we'll listen to a great response from Joseph, who shares a funny and relatable story about a baking disaster with his friends. Let's dive in and hear Joseph's story.
One embarrassing moment that really sticks out happened a few months ago. I live in a student house with two of my close friends from university, Tom and Alex, and one weekend we decided to have a little dinner night at home just to relax and take a break from studying. Everyone agreed to bring or make something, and I volunteered to bake a chocolate fudge cake for dessert. I'm not exactly a confident baker, but I found a recipe online and decided to give it a go. I followed the steps carefully, or at least I thought I did. The cake came out looking surprisingly decent. I was actually proud of how it looked. After dinner, I brought it out and served everyone a slice. Tom took the first bite and immediately stopped chewing with a completely puzzled expression. Alex followed and had the same reaction. Then it hit me. I'd used salt instead of sugar, and not just a little bit, a whole cup. The cake was horrible. I was so embarrassed because I'd been hyping it up all evening, acting like I knew what I was doing. Luckily, my friends didn't make a big deal of it. After the initial shock, they both burst out laughing, and I had to laugh too. I ended up ordering pizza for everyone the next day to make up for it. And to be honest, it's become an ongoing joke in our house ever since. Looking back, it taught me to double-check ingredients, and also that sometimes it's okay to laugh at yourself and not take things too seriously.
Wow, what a story from Joseph. His tale about accidentally baking a salty cake is not only hilarious but also so relatable. Who hasn't had a kitchen disaster or some embarrassing mishap when trying something new? Let's quickly recap Joseph's response based on the cue card. He told us when it happened, just a few months ago during university life, and who he was with, his two close housemates, Tom and Alex. Then he described what happened in detail. He decided to bake a chocolate fudge cake for a casual dinner night, but mistakenly used salt instead of sugar, which completely ruined the cake. Finally, Joseph explained how he coped afterwards. Although mortified at first, he and his friends laughed it off and even turned it into an ongoing joke. To make up for the disaster, he ordered pizza the next day and learned to double-check ingredients from then on. This clear structure really helped the story flow smoothly and covers every point on the cue card. What really stands out about Joseph's response is how he paints the scene with vivid detail, making us feel like we're right there with him, awkwardly watching his friends' reactions to the disastrous cake. His use of phrases like "didn't make a big deal of it" and "burst out laughing" brings a sense of lightness and camaraderie, reminding us that sometimes embarrassment can turn into something funny when shared with friends. I also loved how he mentioned hyping it up beforehand. That's such a natural way to show how he built up expectations only to have them come crashing down, which adds a layer of tension to the story. Plus, his reflection at the end about learning to double-check ingredients and not taking himself too seriously gives the whole narrative a mature, thoughtful finish. It shows growth, which is exactly what examiners want to hear. Not just what happened, but how it affected you. Listening to Joseph's story makes me think about other times when embarrassment might creep in. Maybe it's that awkward moment when you send a text message to the wrong person. Perhaps something you meant only for your close friend accidentally lands in the hands of a teacher or a family member. Or the classic situation of forgetting someone's name just as you're introducing them. It's such a common experience that instantly makes your face flush. Then there's the very public stumble, literally tripping over your own feet in the middle of a crowd. Or worse, a wardrobe malfunction that you only realise halfway through an important event. Even speaking up in class and suddenly realising your point was completely off topic can leave you feeling embarrassed. But it's a great story to share because it's so genuine. What I really appreciate about Joseph's approach is how he turned what could have been a humiliating moment into a funny memory with friends, showing us that embarrassment isn't the end of the world. That attitude, being able to laugh at yourself and move on, can really shine through in your speaking and make your story memorable. So as you prepare your own response, think about moments that affected you emotionally, but also give you a chance to show personality and reflection. Sprinkling in vivid phrases like make a big deal of it, burst out laughing, or casual expressions such as hyping it up adds authenticity and flair to your answer, helping your story come alive just like Joseph's did. All right, that wraps up our discussion for today. Keep these ideas in mind as you practice. And remember, the best stories are the ones that reveal a little vulnerability and a lot of heart. If you found this helpful, we'd be incredibly grateful if you could take a moment to leave us a review and a 5-star rating wherever you're listening, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It truly helps us reach more learners like you. Until next time, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep improving.